Hey guys, and welcome to the post-game and 100th episode of Let's Play Star Ocean 3. Last time was the finale and we defeated the final boss, Luthor. This time we are going to continue forward, but first let's take a look at our battle trophies just real quick here. Seems I need to load these every once in a while to unlock certain things. As you can see, we now have second player color and status right above my cursor there, and universe mode. We don't have everything else yet, but we probably won't get too much more. Eventually we'll get the most difficult difficulty level if I get that far. Who knows if I'll be able to unlock it. Hopefully I'll be able to unlock at least the second set of clothing, or the third set I guess. Anyway, let us continue. Now, I have a few files here, and as you can see, this file here was the original one I used to clear the game. As you can see, I have almost 2.5 hours here of additional stuff that I've done since. Well, we'll go over that in a second, but let's load up this one for now and see what happens when we do. So yeah, it basically just puts you back at the final dungeon. As you remember, I wasn't able to get all of the map. However, after, in that other file there, I managed to get a whole bunch of other things done. So first, let's do the only thing that's different around here. There's a bunny here. And he breaks the fourth wall completely, tells us we've completed the main game. And he's going to tell us a message here. Head for the mining town or the lava caves. Referring to two different optional dungeons available. There is also a third one, so we'll be tackling all of those in due time. Alright, now he can also be a nice guy and warp us out of here. Why he can't warp us directly to Curlsaw or the lava caves, I don't know, but he can only warp us out as far as the Lost City. So we're basically going to do that. Do not select walk back. He'll always be here, so you can just talk to him again and again, but yeah. One thing, let's just do that for now so I can show something off. Yeah, I got about 3.3 million full at this point, and it really wasn't enough. As you can see, my levels, 82, 79. Yeah, Adri's level 18 because I haven't used him yet. And I have about 65 hours, 45 minutes, 50 minutes there. Now, let's load up my other file and see what I've done since the post-game. Well, the first thing I did was I finished off the map for this area and got a 1 out of 60 bunny. But yeah, basically, if we do stuff like this, we'll get warped back. And now I'll just meet you in Curlsaw, where I have my other file set up. Okay, we're back and we're in Curlsaw. Now, as you can see, I have drastically improved my levels, my money, and I've even leveled up Mr. Adri here. So we can now see kind of what Adri is made of. Yeah, he has a lot of spells, and that's pretty much his entire thing. I got a few battle trophies. Mainly what I did is I was really short on money, and as you can see, I'm no longer short on money. I've more than doubled it. What I did is I got a battle bonus gauge going by using these three for low level, or, even Adri. I can't remember which one I happened to do. It was a while ago there. But I did that so I could get my bonus gauge going. Fought those guys right in that last room before the final boss, the Bio-Chimeras, and I got my battle gauge up, got double full, made lots of money. I fought 45 of them. The only reason I know is because the battle bonus didn't break, so I did that, got a whole crap ton of money, leveled up Adri just mainly so that I could even out these threes with their levels because I'm OCD. And yeah, so he has some spells. Some of them can be used on his skill set up here. Southern Cross, I think, is the only one that's non-elemental, which is why it's there. But you kind of need to be short range, and I haven't really been using him in that way. As you can see, I've gotten his stats up there a little bit. I don't really care. I don't have Berserk on because I haven't really been using him that much. He's just been standing in the corner and healing people. Oddly enough is, now that I have him leveled a little bit, he's got some more MP, he does have some useful abilities. He has some summons that, hit short range, he's got protection, power up, cure condition, self-explanatory, restoration, he's got the revive spell, which is nice. Dark Sphere, this doesn't seem to work very well. I'm not sure if it's ever been successful. I've used it 3 times. It never seems to work. Fairy Light restores all HP for all party members. Southern Cross, like I was saying, is probably his best skill right now, at least until later. Explosion's quite good as well. I think one of our other characters already has that. But yeah, there's a few spells here and there that might be useful, but I really don't care because I'm not going to use them. I just figured I'd level him up, show you some of his skills, balance out my other characters, and that's pretty much it. Now, as you can see, I've leveled up Nell and Mirage and Albel quite a bit. They've maxed out all of their SP stuff here, so that's good. As far as skills go, they're still working on the same things they were before, but this is probably the last time we're going to see these 3. I've made some use of them. I took off, what did I have on him before? Yeah, Vampiric Flash, because it just wasn't working very well for me. He was losing more MP than he was gaining HP back, and I just figured I might as well use him to actually deal some more damage. But anyway, with that being said, that's pretty much all we're going to use them for at this point. So let's check out the invention info here, because that was the next thing that I worked on. I don't care about you, or you. Ah, looky. We have a new stun bomb. Nice. Is that available in stores? It is not. Okay. So, as far as item creation goes, I have done a whole bunch of it. Now, before I did that, I actually went back to a number of towns, picked up some items, bought, blackberries, blueberries, fresh sage, went back to Gemini, got analeptics, I got physical enhancers, mental enhancers. Those were nice. Just check my list here. Yeah, we got all that money. We leveled up Adre. All right, we also got some miracle bottles here. Now, where are them? Or not medicine bottles. There we go. And I've refined some of them to get paralysis immunity, because that is going to be useful for a certain boss in quite the near future, but we'll find them eventually. Now, if you refine it, it has a chance of, well, it's the only chance. It just adds paralysis immunity, which is really what we're looking for in this fight. I did that to 12 of them, just so that I would have them for any upcoming boss fights that I haven't already looked at yet. What else do we have here that I've updated? We have Cinderella tablets. Now, these start off with 10%, and they refine up. They do get rather expensive as you refine them, but so going to be worth it in the relatively near future. Not today, but eventually. So I got 3 of them. I don't know if I'll need all 3. Mainly, you need 1 before heading into the next area. Might tablets. Yes, I probably could have increased these earlier. See, these use compounding elixirs, and I could have bought them multiple times over. So I just did 12 of these just for boss fights, really. Some of the upcoming boss fights, considering this is post-game, are going to be quite difficult. What else have I done? I have done pretty much nothing else. That's pretty much the extent of it. So, I am going to set up my new party, but first, let's show off what we're actually doing. They told us to go back to the mining town, which is Curlsaw here, and as you can see down here, there is a new door that is open. It is no longer blocked off. And if you enter in here, we get the entrance to the Maze of Tribulations. For other Star Ocean players from, the first game and the second one, this is the Cave of Trials. I don't know why they felt the need to rename it, but they did, so whatever. Anyway, you don't need to get the map for here, so don't worry about that. There's nothing over there. Let's see. In the middle of an ancient universe, and all of a sudden we have technology and a weird teleporting thing. So let's head in here and see what we get. Where are we? This seems much more advanced than the rest of Bellicor. But at least we have kind of an understanding of why it's here now and how it got here. Makes a little more sense knowing that, the whole world's a video game. I don't know why there's no music here, but that won't last too long. Is that an announcement? Okay. And there goes the fourth wall again. Now, this is a rather interesting point here. If you are on the Earth level of difficulty, the easy one, where you can't gain battle trophies, you will be switched to Galaxy level, which would make this even more difficult compared to outside. Once you leave here, difficulty will revert. That at least is nice. Anyway, you may be surprised by what you find. And that's probably true, because this one just breaks the story if you care to, enjoy anything about that. It's not like it hurts the story in any way, because you know that this is kind of beyond the main story, but it's just like, how the hell did that happen? You'll see eventually. Anyway, Mission to the Deep Dark, same theme that we saw in the final dungeon there. That's nice, gotta love that. Now, this door is locked for now. We cannot get in there. So, I'm going to actually adjust my characters, and I will see you in a moment here. Okay, we're back. Now, this door we won't be able to get into for a little while. We have to clear, I think, most of the floor before we get there. Anyway, with that being said, we have the new party set up, and it's pretty much set up as you would expect. Boots of Prowess, ultimate armors, ultimate weapons for now. These will change in time, but for now, they're going to stay the same. Unfortunately, I don't have any more crafting materials, otherwise I would make some changes to them, but oh well. As far as skills go, I'm going to finally show off Air Raid, because I just haven't found a good spot to use it until now. It really isn't all that useful, and I'll just kind of show it off. It just pales in comparison to Sidekick. When you first play the game, you might think it's better because it has more hits, but you can't use any of these other skills that you'd like to use, such as critical hit and increased HP damage. You can't do much of anything with it, so unfortunately, we're just going to work with what's there and just show it off real quick, and then I'm going to switch back to Sidekicks so that I can level them up, because it's pretty close to max now. And eventually I'm going to get something else that is much more useful, or I wouldn't even say useful, just a different build that I want to use with Fate going forward. Everyone else is pretty much how you would expect them to be. Unfortunately, he doesn't have Max Fury because his Fury takes up too many points, and I'd much rather have critical hit HP over Max Fury. You have that, and critical hit MP. Unfortunately, it's just half HP, and I don't think she gets it. But that won't matter by the time we get her ultimate ability anyway, so it's not a big deal. As you can see, she's pretty much where you would expect her to be right now. Haven't used her in quite some time. Zerk, anti-attack auras, don't need anything else for now. Let's move in. Alright, so this area is somewhat different. Not really, it's mostly, just like any other dungeon. However, it is a maze. Obviously, it's called the Maze of Tribulations. So let's go and explore what's left. There's also a lot of destructible objects in here, and of course doors that we can't get through. There's a lot of those too. And they won't be available until after a certain point, or you hit a switch, whatever. So we want to grab a little more map. Go. This area is alone, so kind of be prepared for that. Yes, and as I was saying with the bricks, you're going to want to destroy all of them, because even if they're not blocking your way, as you can see, they tend to have items in them. So yeah, synthesis materials I'll have to come back for. Don't worry, I won't be doing that much longer, because after we get partway through this area, we'll finally get access to purchasing all the other different materials, save for synthesized materials, and I'll be able to fix up all the things I need to fix up. Let me just check my map real quick. Yes, I want to go this way first. More things to destroy, more things. Now, this guy's going to want to challenge me, I think, and I might as well show off Air Raid against him. He's kind of annoying, but
okay, guys, let's do it.
Alright, so this is Air Raid. And unfortunately, when you try and obtain Air Raid, you have to hope that he doesn't move. It is kind of useful if you have someone like Cliff and Maria stun locking him in place, but as you saw with the first attempt at that attack, it does tend to knock the enemy back and put Fate further out, so it's not really the best thing to use. But I just kind of wanted to show it off. it also knocks them down, and so that you can end up missing out on a lot of hits that you would otherwise have. Anyway, that's pretty much what air raid is. It's not bad. It really isn't. There's one of the guides on GameFAQs actually has a decent build involving that skill. I'm just not a particularly big fan of it, and I won't be using it upcoming with my ultimate setup for Fate, so I'm not really all that worried about it. So let's just get the standard stuff on him for right now. Let's see here. That on there. And I have 3 points. What can I put on there? Increased stamina. Fury expenditure is reduced even more. This will be quite useful for him with this build. I haven't really been using it because it really doesn't matter. This is something that's always active. I don't think it stacks, so it's not like you could, have 2 of them on there, but none of these other things are all that useful for me. So yeah, increased stamina. Definitely, if you have the extra space for anyone, probably want to put that on. Again, Max Fury, I would say, takes precedented over increased stamina, but especially for someone like Fate, who's using something that doesn't use a lot of Fury, or Maria, who's in the same boat, yeah, definitely something that is quite useful. Less useful for Cliff, but it is useful for him to an extent as well. Alright, in here, rotate the camera there. More things to destroy, more enemies to fight. Not much in this room, just one treasure chest. Compounding elixirs, which I already have max of. I've already fought you. Once I've started... through the door, thank you. Once I've fought the enemies just as before, I'm going to be avoiding repeat fights because these enemies do start to take quite a bit longer. No, I want to destroy this one, please. Thank you. Yeah, the enemies do start to take quite some time at this stage of the game, which, I guess makes sense. But make sure you destroy everything. There are plenty of items around here. And this guy. Now, when I came in here to kind of just test how I was going there, as you can see, sort of, you hit one thing and knocked the chest down there. So we're going to do some side skip spamming. I'll use Fate for a little while here. I'll be using Maria again eventually. I probably won't be using Cliff. Not for quite some time, because he takes some time to get his ultimate tech or skill there. But I still have my bonus gauge going for me, so that's nice. Yeah, so that was kind of knocked down. We get a Shadow Phase gun. That is, of course, for Maria. Can I knock this down, please? Yeah, as I was saying, when I came in here to test, though, is I fought this guy, and I believe he gave me a game over. Actually, I think I killed him at the same time that that he killed all my characters, and he killed like 2 of them at once, so be careful on this guy. Now he's going to use an attack, so let's wait. Nah, that's not helping. Yeah, unfortunately, he does tend to hit your MP a lot there. Ow. Which makes him really difficult. He also has a chance of doing instant death, which is why she lost so much HP there. Make sure you fill up on any other items before you come in here as well, such as, item creations, healing items. You're going to want them. Ow, there goes the battle gear. Yeah, this is a difficult fight, so definitely kind of be aware of this. Mental enhancer, you. This is actually a fight that sucked. This is actually a fight where having air raid would have been useful, but once I get another skill for Maria, it's not going to matter anyway. I'll just be able to annihilate enemies like that. Anyway, we'll check out that phase gun in a moment. Let's actually, I don't need to waste items anymore. I now have a spell for that. There's a spell for that, and probably an app for that too. Let's just revive you here, and let's use you for, where is it? Fairy Light. Heal everybody. And now I'll go waste a whole bunch of blackberries. I suggest you use up your blackberries first in here, because it takes longer to go back to Gemini and get mental enhancers, so don't worry too much about items. We'll be leaving here about halfway through the dungeon anyway. There we go. So, fix that little bit of map in case I didn't get it before. I wouldn't recommend fighting those guys again and again. They really just aren't worth it. Lost my battle gauge, which isn't too big of a deal, but let's check the map real quick. I want to go in here. No, I want to go in the door, not in the nothing there. Let's see if I fought you. Okay, I'd fought both of those guys, so no worries there. We got some more blackberries, which are always helpful. Alchemy materials, which I don't need, and will only ever need if I want to do anything with them. And cooking ingredients, which I don't care about. Not really a lot of point in updating a lot of things with cooking, so probably not ever going to do anything like that. I don't want to fight you. Go away, please. I'll fight this guy. Okay, enough of that guy. Cleared up the rest of that room while I was off screen there. That's probably going to do it for this episode here, because I think, yeah, there's just a whole bunch of new enemies, and this entire part of the floor is just one giant maze. So anyway, that's going to do it for this one, and I'll see you guys next time.